So today's video is a little bit different. For the past 2 years, me and Michael, the CFO of Leeward Management, have been working together on a huge finance transformation project built entirely on Microsoft Power Platform. And honestly, we automated a lot. So this video is a casual conversation between me and Michael about everything built together and the impact on the business. Throughout this video, we'll show the screenshots and demos of the real solutions so you can see what these automations look like in practice. We'll talk about the invoice generator app that we built in Power Apps, Power BI reporting for outstanding client balances, automated month-end close reporting that pulls data from QuickBooks Online and the CRM, and also automated client follow-ups for overdue payments. And one of the biggest reasons I wanted to make this video is because projects like this only work when you have both sides working together. You need someone on finance side who deeply understands the business processes, the operational pain points, and the impact of the company, and that's Michael. And then you need someone on the technical side who can actually design and build the solution, and that's where I came in. So by the end of this video, you'll have the full picture, the business challenges, the technical solutions, and the real-world impact of the final automation, which is done properly. So let's get into it. Hey, Michael. Thanks for doing this.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah, good to see you, Eugene, and thank you for your time.
Cool. So just to give some context, we've been working together over the last couple of years, developing some solutions to, dare I say it, digitally transform finance. So, I just really like to interview you about the how you've been using those solutions, because it's you and your team kind of who is using them daily and seeing the impact of stuff that we've built. I'd love to ask you some questions, but first, if you could just introduce maybe yourself and your team.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, thanks again, Eugene. Thanks for taking the time, and always good to connect with you. So, my name is Michael. I run the finance, chief financial officer for Leeward Group, which is a global organization based in Cayman Islands. We're a financial services firm, but has really, even during the time that we've partnered together, has really grown into some niche finance services to really a one-stop shop. From management, directorships, corporate services, compliance, digital asset admin, and probably missing a few other things. In terms of the team, team has grown as well on the finance side, and we're globally based, but around 10 or so all in on the finance team.
Okay, awesome. So I'd just like to ask you some questions about individual solutions. So I think one of the favorite solutions of the team was the invoice generating app, which allows people to raise invoices themselves and then posts them to QuickBooks Online upon the finance approval. Do you mind just talking a bit more about this app and kind of what problems it solved and what it allowed you to do?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'll start by saying the invoice generator has definitely been a game changer for us. It was, and what we were noticing was that without the invoice generator, there was just a lot of email back and forth, getting the invoice right. Some of our invoices, they have additional fees. It's just not like one standard fee. There's always some non-standard stuff. And so it was really trying to solve for, making sure that you have a tool that everyone across the firm can access outside of the books and records. The books and records are for finance only. Obviously, a lot of sensitive information in there. And then, you can create with a click of a button invoices that are going to be correct and is real time, but also in a controlled environment that comes to finance for review and approval, gets recorded in the books and records, and then the actual invoice itself gets exported out in an automated fashion back to the requester and or the client directly. So it's really solved a lot, and has really been like I said, a game changer for us.
Mm-hmm. And who in Leeward uses this app, and like what are the use cases?
Look, I'll give you like a simple one. There's we offer director services, so a director gets appointed today. In the past, before the invoice generator, perhaps email finance. Finance would look at our database, look at perhaps the engagement letter, might have some questions on it. There might be some back and forth. We prorate fees. When's the actual appointment date? You can go on and on. So that's where you really get into this environment of back and forth, and it's just not that efficient to get it right. And when I say perhaps the director emails finance, believe it or not, sometimes people are just so busy. They might be in an airport sort of thing, getting on a flight, and they just forget to do it. And so we have a process on the finance team to monitor this on an ongoing basis as part of our month-end close. But for invoicing, real-time invoicing and collecting on outstanding invoices is obviously one of the key functions of finance. So in that example, the director can literally go in. It's kind of like an Amazon shopping cart. Can go in, click the engagement himself. That pulls in the terms of that particular engagement. Click submit, comes to finance. Finance will review and either approve it or reject it if there's some comments that we need to look into. But assuming it's approved, it's one click of the button. And then, like I said before, recorded in the books, and the invoice goes to the director and or the client if that's what the preference is. And the client will have it literally that day and is a lot more likely to pay.
Yeah, this makes a lot of sense. And there are some other solutions supporting the invoice generator. For example, the Power BI report that kind of shows the status of all the invoices, how much was billed, how much is paid, how much is outstanding. So do you mind talking a bit more about this?
Sure. Yeah. We've come a long way, haven't we, Eugene?
Yeah.
Let's say I'm a director, or I'm the head of one of the business lines. At any point in time, you can go view your book of business and see what's outstanding, how long it's been outstanding. And in addition to that, which we found really, really helpful, is the invoices, the actual PDF invoices are there as well, and can be downloaded. Either if you're looking at one account, or you can download them, you can download all of them in a click of the button. And so that's been super helpful. Finance is, I think we do a good job of following up and have good credit management processes, but there's really no substitute for the relationship manager being aware of that and helping with that, managing credit.
So I'm guessing before we developed that, people were sending emails to finance asking, is this invoice paid? Like, did we payment from the client? And
exactly. Yeah, it was just those sort of things, right? And of course, we can easily look at that.
Yeah.
And get back to them real time. But we have a global team, and it's sometimes it would take 5, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. I don't know, if someone's out to lunch and it's half an hour maybe. I think we're a pretty quick turnaround, but it was just why not just make that available real time? It makes everyone's life easier and cuts down a lot of the back and forth. And so that's what we did with SharePoint. And then I mentioned Power BI as well. One of our business lines is giving visibility into the entire client account, like the history, essentially a client statement, but with all the details behind it. So not just AR, not just the invoices for open invoices, but or for open balances, but also the history through the life cycle of an account is super helpful for this particular corporate services business line, because it gives them the ability to see what's been raised, what's been paid, and really the full picture. And so that's something that's been very valuable and super helpful across the business as well.
So with all of that put together, did it kind of enable you to collect revenue faster from clients, or do you have any stories about that?
For sure. Yeah, absolutely. It's just allowed us to, really button up our credit AR management process. And what we've seen is we bill generally on an annual basis. And so we're still collating a lot of the data, the year over year data. But I can tell you it is significantly improved our ability to collect and collect in a timely basis. Control within the invoice generator, where it actually looks up the client balance when you are going through that Amazon shopping cart. You select what you're looking for, you click submit. If a client has a balance that's over a certain threshold, then it has to come to finance on an exception basis and be approved, rather than just continuing to do work for clients that are in arrears. So that's been super helpful as well. But yeah, it is significantly assisted with the how we collect, and not only how much we collect, but also the timeliness of it.
Okay, yeah, that's awesome to hear. So we've built a couple of other solutions in Power BI, kind of putting data from QuickBooks Online, producing those classic reports like profit and loss, balance sheet, pulling data from your CRM, kind of looking at how much revenue is in the pipeline, how many deals are closed, stuff like that. So how are those used inside the business? Is it part of your monthly end close, and is it fully automated right now?
Yeah, and that's where we started, right? Our partnership journey together. The way I thought about it was, I've been in companies before and in finance functions before where automate, but then it still ends up being in a month-end process, and even just on a real-time reporting too. It just wasn't really. You didn't have the ability to do that on a real-time basis. And then month end was always, yes, we'd automate outside of, probably in Excel, for instance, and we'd automate it. But is it real automation? There'd always be breaks and formula errors. You add a new account, in one company and it doesn't pull through in the other company. I'm sure a lot of finance professionals can resonate with that. So that was really what led us to our initial discussions. And now it is fully automated. We know that our processes on a day-to-day, week-to-week, month-end basis is there's a formal month-end close. It's a matter of clicking the button. Then we have a review on our side, on the finance side, to make sure that the month-end close was adhered to. But then thereafter, it's essentially just a publishing in Power BI of collating the information, that's all the data that's been there, and results in not only the financial information, but a lot of other good information that we ultimately report to the board on as part of board meetings. But then also on a monthly basis, we produce a pack that is a lot easier to produce. Where in the past, I would always not look forward to month end. I don't know if I necessarily look forward to month end now, but I don't. It's not a matter of oh man, it's another month end. This is going to be a lot of late nights and a lot of hours. It's I definitely I welcome it a lot more these days than with these tools than I ever had before.
Yeah, my first job was as a financial analyst, and I just remember we were all dreading quarter end.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, and there's always an uptick of work. I get it, but yeah, I just never want to go into it being like, it's just going to be, and those quarter ends and month ends come quickly, right?
Yes.
So So no, it's definitely helped a lot.
Yeah.
We've added the pack has really the management pack has really grown quite a bit and evolved quite a bit into KPIs, and as the business grows, really honing in on certain things, on margins and new lost business trends, and where we're at right now with run rates. And so there's a lot you can do with it and that we can still do with it.
Mm-hmm. And we experimented with some other things, like sending automated follow-ups to clients if the invoices are unpaid. So, what was your experience with those automations? Is it something like you'd recommend others to adopt, or did it improve anything operationally?
Yeah, absolutely. I would say the possibilities seem to be pretty endless. There's a lot of possibilities. Reminders to the clients directly, but we actually peeled it back and we're like, let's do it to the business heads and the relationship managers, and then give them the ability to manage it directly. And so that's where it can, you can start with certain things, see what works, but yeah, it's one of those things where it's an ongoing evolution, and it's really worked well for us. Hey, I have a question for you. Mm-hmm. Is that against the rules of this?
No.
Okay, all right. For you have a big client base. You see, like I'm sure, like a lot of the tools or some of the automation and the reporting and stuff has been implemented across some of the other clients, but in particular, the invoice generator. I wonder, do you see value in that across your other clientele or potential opportunity?
Yeah. So we've discussed it with a couple of folks, and one company in particular showed interest. It's a consultancy, so they have like managers kind of delivering engineering consulting services to clients and doing the sales on behalf of consultancy. So they need to be able to generate invoices, and so they're now looking into doing it in a more like controlled manner. So yeah, I'd say for businesses like that where it's kind of fast growth, but they still need to retain some control over how these things are done. This apps seem to be, if you're growing fast and you still want to control your processes, I'd say it's a better use case for something.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that's definitely aligned with the Leeward Group, and with that growth, a lot of this stuff comes out of a need and having the right controls and right balance. And so that makes a lot of sense. But yeah, like I said, it's a game changer for us, and I think it could help a lot of other companies. I think back to the other companies that I've worked for in the past, and I'm like, I wish we had this tool when I was working there.
Definitely, yeah. All right. Well, thank you very much for sharing your experience. It's always great to hear, from somebody who's actually using all of those solutions, rather than like us developers who are like excited with the technical bits of what we've done. Yeah. But that was really useful. Thank you, Michael.
Yeah. Thanks. Thank you, and thanks again for your time. We'll speak soon.